price. Everything we got is rented. Close the casket, nothing's in it. I just got to test the tenant. I can't take it to the finish. Let me finish. Ain't no one up when it come to God. Either you leave or get left behind. You been set up, I've been set aside. Hop in this Uber, let's split a ride. Look, I know that he beat it. I promise that death is defeated. Ain't no need to hold up the meeting. They hold up the heater. And after that, everything heated. Somebody gon' end up on t-shirt. I'm still outside on the block. I got some partners who lost. I'm trying to turn on their lights. They let her walk in the dark. I keep it a buck like I'm honest. I'm trying to be honest. The lessons I'm learning, you can't get in college.
Welcome to Life Talk 21, the show that is designed to motivate you, to inspire you, and to give you strategies to help you live in the 21st century. And we don't just want to live, but we want to be successful. And I'm your host, Eric Wortham, behavior specialist, educator, author, speaker, and naval disabled veteran. And today I just want to talk to you a little bit about, I just want to pose a question and then give you a few things that you can do with that question. When you make a mistake, what should you do? Because, live long enough, you're going to make mistakes. Even kids, we make mistakes. It's a part of life. It's a part of working to be our best self. We're going to fail, but failures are just mistakes, and there's ways for you to learn and make your stuff better. So we're going to do it. Sometimes we do it unintentionally. I'm going to say most of the time it's unintentional. There are people that just like to keep stuff done, but a lot of times the situations that I'm talking about is there are mistakes. We've had too much to drink. We say stuff just at the spur of the moment, and you can't take it back. And so those things are going to happen. But too many times we see people take a turn for the worse when, it's really simple. When you hurt somebody, it's really simple. The Bible had it right. It really did. It really did. And that's the thing about it, man. If we just do some of those strategies, actually make it a part of our life, not just read it and go to church and say amen, hallelujah. No, actually make it a part of our life. I think you will find out that that stuff works. So what should I do when I hurt someone? And again, it's going to happen. The number one thing that you don't want to do, though, is you don't want to try to justify it. Even if you feel like it's right, don't try to justify it. Don't, two people that I'm going to talk about here, the baby and our president, Biden, that made mistakes, and they made it worse by trying to justify it, or trying to take that macho stance, and it's simple. When you do that, when you try to justify it, you stick your foot further in your mouth. You do. You really do. The situation gets worse. The baby, instead of him, see, this is what I'm going to say. First, and it's not multiple things. Admit that you made a mistake. That the show is over right there. Just admit that you made a mistake. The hardest thing for us to do, but it make things right. And it still may take a little time, but things are not gonna go worse though. You know what I'm saying? If you admit that you made a mistake. I had to do it all the time, and I think that what helped me with my students is I was willing to make a mistake. I remember this kid. No, he got in trouble. Had gotten written up for teacher said that he pushed her down, right? And this was a kid. I'm a behavior specialist, so I have kids with emotional behavior disorder. They're aggressive. And so this kid, though, this is not the first time that he has done something, But normally when he does something, he says, yep, I did it. I punched him. He don't hold back. He say, "Yep, sure did, coach. He said something to me and I punched him." Okay. So, but this particular time, he was like, "Coach, I'm honest. It did not happen that way. The way the teacher said it, it did not happen that way." And so, uh, I still, because I was mad, because again, this was a kid that got in trouble, and I say, "Man, if this true, man, you going home for some days. I'm gonna send you home." And he said, "Coach, I'm telling you, I'm serious, Coach. I'm not." He's starting to cry, and I say, "Hold on, man. This kid has never lied. He's done a lot of things wrong, but he always say, 'Yep, I did it.'" Yep, I did. I body slammed him, Coach. I did. He's gonna admit it. So all of a sudden this time, I don't believe in him. And so because he started crying, it got me. I say, "Man, hold on. Let's use in the hallway, right? We got cameras up there. Okay, get with let me go get with my principal, and let's pull these tapes and let's see what we got." And so sure enough, we went to look at the tape. And the kid told me that, "Well, Mr. Wortham, I was doing something wrong. I was talking to somebody and I was walking backwards. So I wasn't looking where I was going. And the teacher was coming from around the hallway in the opposite direction, so we didn't see each other. And as she comes out, that's the same time that I turned around and didn't see her, and I bumped into her. And, she went back a little bit because I didn't know anybody was there. And he said I was wrong for not looking at where I was going. You always tell us to do that. But I did not try. It was a mistake. And so we sit there and we watch the video. And guess what? His side of the story was the right one. His side of the story was right. And man, I was so disappointed at the educator, because that's what happens a lot of times with my students. They get in trouble so much that sometimes the teachers are looking for ways to get rid of them. To get them. Teachers are looking for ways to get them out of the school, basically. So, and that was a situation that probably would have did it for this kid had I not went back and looked at the tape. But I had to apologize to him. I say, "Hey, man, I'm so sorry that I didn't listen to you the first time. I was just, I let my emotions get the best of me. My bad, man." That's what I did. And he gave me a hug and said, "Coach, man, you know me. I'm gonna tell the truth. If I did something, and I say, "Yeah, I should have, kept that in perspective." And I did not. So, but the thing is, though, is that I apologize to the kid. The kid. I apologize to my students. If I am wrong, I am going to apologize. And trust me, as embarrassing as you're going to feel by admitting that you made a mistake, as terrifying it is that people are going to know that you make mistakes, you know, it's it's the best thing to do. It is absolutely the best thing to do, because you're going to recover quicker when you do that. But when you do like the baby and you try to take this macho stance, he's lost millions of dollars. And he still has the opportunity to get that back. But it didn't have to go this far. It didn't have to get to where he was being canceled on concerts. And once he started getting canceled, all of a sudden he had his publishers wrote a statement, supposedly by him. But I'm beginning to not think that that was his statement. So the bottom line, a situation that could have been handled quickly and he could have recovered a little quicker, is still there, and he's still losing money because he keeps making smart statements about it, instead of, being sincere and saying, even if you feel like you are right, we have to be able to understand that just because it's my way does not mean that it's everybody else's way. My way is not the right way. It's not the way. It's not the most successful way. It is simply a way. So he should have just apologized. Our president, Biden, when he pulled out of Afghanistan, he didn't have a clue that what was going to happen, the Taliban was going to take over that quick. Within weeks, the Taliban is taking over Afghanistan again. So when you come out, you think about it, but when you come out, you must say that it was a mistake. I didn't know that that's not what he said. He just basically kidded around. It was the right move. You know, we didn't think it was, all of this stuff rather than I made a mistake. It's Christianity, folks. All these folks out there that's hollering, I'm a Christian, and we don't say, I made a mistake. No, that's love. That's what it's all about. Loving my neighbor as myself, man. And it's the hardest thing for us to do in this country, but it's the way that make things better. It really is. It's the way. Just think about if the baby comes down and say, "Hey, I'm so sorry that I made fun of you guys. I didn't mean to. It was stupid. I apologize. Thank you for being my fans." I mean, it probably would have been over. It probably would have been over. But that's not what he did. He tried to justify it. He took this, you know, he took this I'm the tough man stance, initially, and then even when he sent when his people came out and apologized, it didn't seem to be uh, from him, because he ended up coming back saying other stuff that don't fit the statement. So, bottom line, just admit it. And we have people that have done things like that, and again, I've made a lot of them. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes, man, but the best way to handle it is to admit that you made a mistake. It's not such a bad thing to admit that I made a mistake, man. It's a man thing to do. It's a brave thing to do. It's a courageous thing to do. It's a success mindset thing to do. Okay? So, I know it's short, but that's all it was. I just wanted to tell you that if you make a mistake, admit your mistake. Not to the world. You don't have to do that, but you have to go to that person. I agree again. The Bible said when you have an alt with a brother, you go to that brother, not to another. You go to that brother or that sister. That's again, Bible. We have an alt with people and we go to everybody else instead of that person. And that person hears it from everybody else. Come on, people. We're better than this. We claim that we have good intentions. We claim that we want to make the world better. Let's do it by showing it in our actions. Okay? I'm Eric Wortham. Remember, be all you can be by doing all you can do. Thank you.